Welcome back. You're watching the Storyboard special where we are celebrating the actors in our ads. With just 20 or 30 seconds to play out in, commercials have to work really hard to tell stories and to get your attention. And finding just the right people to star in them can be a bit of a challenge. Of course, once actors make the breakthrough and get noticed, they may also get typecast. You know, the funny guy, the genial dad, etc. Chitrak Bandopadhyay does face this, but he's not letting it faze him. And Ramakant Dayama, a former marketing executive, sees all these ads as a chance to get a shot at theatre, TV and movie roles. Let's meet them.
You saw me get slapped by ESPN and I sold my bike on Quicker. My name is Chitrak Bandopadhyay and I quit a master's in physics to become an actor. I want to sell my bike. I sold my bike. I did have to sit for 4 hours outside of like this dingy little studio in Sriji, which is, by the way, one of the best ones. And still it seemed dingy. And I had to wait 4 hours to basically give a 5-minute audition. And it was my first one, so I didn't know what to do. I had a lot of ideas coming in, but by the time it was my turn, I'd forgotten all of them and I was tired and I just spoke to the camera. I thought it sucked really badly. But ultimately, one thing that does help in ads is that since they have very little time to really like work on ads, they choose based on your looks rather than anything else.
हाँ आता हूँ बस आधा घंटा चल क्या हुआ डेंगू दीप्ति नीड्स ब्लड ये मच्छर हर साल यही ड्रामा.
There's a constant effort to try and cast somebody who's not been seen very often. So the minute you get into that drive of, oh no, let's try and cast somebody who's not very seen, then what happens is you, because the number of actors in the photographs floating around are more or less, you exhaust that at some point in time. Then you're only left out with actually casting real people who have not acted before and stuff like that. So I think in ad films you'll increasingly see there is a constant effort to get newer and newer faces.
देखते ही मेरे मुंह से निकलता वो. The man who was hitting me with the electric racket was supposed to hit the tip of my glasses, just enough to fling them off. But he was a bit of an elderly gentleman who obviously didn't have much practice hitting people with rackets. So he did miss quite a few times, and unfortunately because of totally different things we had to do a lot of retakes for that particular scene. And that was followed by a day when I had to actually get slapped on screen in another film of mine. So, basically after 2 days of that, the whole side of my face was hurting, and I knew for the first time in my life that it's really not fun to get slapped. Star Cricket HD aa rahe hain 24 घंटे HD में. Getting an ad does help you get a head start on getting a film, especially if you're a newbie and you don't have any contacts. If you know people in the industry, then it doesn't make sense to do ads, because you have friends who will get you movies and stuff. But if you really don't know anyone, one of the best ways to get into movies is to do ads, because it's just simple exposure.
Hi, I'm Ramakant Dayama. I bet you know me for...
बदलते मौसम से परेशान ट्राई सुहालिया.
I was doing marketing in a Birla concern. And for 27 years I was there. Then one day I realized that I'm meeting same people, I'm talking about the same target, I'm doing same thing again and again. I'm not adding to anything in the world. So finally decided why I'm here. So I started, going inside, and I realized that acting is my, passion. People use it as a, very fashionable word, but it is actually a passion, So then all of a sudden these beautiful things started coming to me like centerfold. Whenever we see that, people start laughing.
it is extremely important for actors to choose what they want to do, because it's extremely difficult for them sometimes to make ends meet. And that's the whole process, fair enough. As a result, desperation does set in, and people tend to be willing to do any part, even if it doesn't really fit them. And then, of course, you might have someone who's cast them wrongly, which is not good. I think an actor has a responsibility, a very important responsibility, big responsibility, not only selling a product, people are watching you for the product.
3 दिन से नहीं चल रहा है. गिफ्ट दिया था मेरे बेटे ने. कितनी बार फोन करना पड़ा. आप लोग ना कंप्लेंट को सीरियसली नहीं लेते.
Don't worry, sir. I fixed it.
फिर से खराब हो गया
तो आप मुझे इस नंबर पे फोन कर दीजिएगा.
मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर. आप क्यों?
सर, काम बड़ा या छोटा नहीं होता सर. काम काम होता है.
People should relate me with some product for some time. You know that when the product come, when they look at me, the product should come there. That is the idea of the advertising. And then after all, give some break and move on to another ad. Not necessarily a film. I'm happy with the ads. I'm happy with theater, whatever it's want, or maybe a television, but something new and different. But I believe you have to take little care of that. Like if you're there in every ad, and maybe I don't know how it works, but I do consciously.
We wish all these wonderful actors all the very best. I hope you've enjoyed this show of Storyboard and that you will join us again same time next week. In the meantime, remember, you can talk to us. Just get on to Facebook and find the Brand Storyboard page, or get on to Twitter and follow us, or send us your comments to Brand Storyboard. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. So goodbye for now.